Have you ever wondered how Google Maps knows your exact location on Earth? Or how pilots fly across continents without getting lost? The answer lies in two invisible lines, latitude and longitude. The time is simply a reflection of the position of the sun in the sky. It turns out that it is not the sun turning, but the Earth spinning. So, let's say that 12 o'clock is the highest point of the sun in the sky during the day. The problem is that the sun is at its highest above London, but it is dark in Los Angeles. Longitude represents the east-west axis of the Earth, and consequently, the time of day differs based on one's position along it. Greenwich Mean Time stands for Greenwich Mean Time Zone. Greenwich is a place in London where the Prime Meridian, or the 0 degrees, crosses from north to south. This Greenwich Mean Time acts as a reference point for all other locations. The plus HH:MM or minus HH:MM format shows the time zone's lead or lag compared to Greenwich Mean Time, expressed in hours and minutes. New York has Greenwich Mean Time -4. Which means that it trails the Greenwich time zone by 4 hours. Or, in simpler words, when the clock shows 12 a.m. in New York, it shows 4 a.m. in Greenwich. Similarly, India has a single time zone of Greenwich Mean Time plus 5:30, which means that it leads the Greenwich time zone by 5 hours and 30 minutes. Or, when it is 5:30 p.m. in India, it shows 12 p.m. in Greenwich. It soon became apparent that it was quite impractical for every citizen of a nation to rely solely on the sun for their time. Consider train travel or military operations. For legal, commercial, and social purposes, standard time serves as the established uniform civil time for a given region or country. This is connected to the local mean time of the meridian over the region and coordinating the clocks within its jurisdiction. What are latitude and longitude? Imagine the Earth covered with a grid system, just like graph paper. Latitude is horizontal lines run east to west. Longitude is vertical lines run north to south. Together, they form a coordinate system that helps us locate any place on Earth precisely. What is latitude? Latitude lines start at the equator, 0 degrees latitude, and run east and west parallel to the equator. Lines of latitude are measured in degrees north or south of the equator to 90 degrees at the north or south poles. Latitude tells us how far north or south a place is from the equator. Lines of latitude, also called parallels, are imaginary lines that divide the Earth. They run east to west, but measure your distance north or south. The equator is the most well-known parallel. At 0 degrees latitude, it equally divides the Earth into the northern and southern hemispheres. From the equator, latitude increases as you travel north or south, reaching 90 degrees at each pole. Important parallels of latitude. The major lines of latitude that have worldwide significance are the equator, the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn, and the Arctic and Antarctic circles. The equator is the only line of latitude that divides the Earth in half, and it is the line of latitude where the length of the day and night is always 12 hours. The Tropic of Cancer is the northernmost latitude where the sun ever passes directly overhead, which happens during the day of the June solstice. The Tropic of Capricorn is the most southerly latitude where the sun ever passes directly overhead, which happens during the day of the December solstice. The Arctic Circle is the most northerly latitude from which you can see the sun on the December solstice, or the most southerly latitude that has 24 hours of sunlight on the June solstice. The Antarctic Circle is the most southerly latitude from which you can see the sun on the June solstice, or the most northerly latitude that has 24 hours of sunlight on the December solstice. What is longitude? Lines of longitude, also called meridians, are imaginary lines that divide the Earth. They run north to south from pole to pole, but they measure the distance east or west. Longitude is measured in degrees, minutes, and seconds. Although latitude lines are always equally spaced, longitude lines are furthest from each other at the equator and meet at the poles. Because of the Earth's rotation, there is a close connection between longitude and time measurement. Scientifically precise local time varies with longitude. A difference of 15 degrees longitude corresponds to a 1-hour difference in local time. due to the differing position in relation to the sun. Lines of longitude, or meridians, run between the north and south poles. They measure east-west position. The Prime Meridian is assigned the value of 0 degrees and runs through Greenwich, England. Meridians to the west of the Prime Meridian are measured in degrees west, and likewise those to the east of the Prime Meridian are measured too by their number of degrees east. Important meridians of longitude. The main line of longitude is known as the Prime Meridian. In total, there are 360 degrees of longitude around the Earth. Of these, 180 degrees are located to the east of the Prime Meridian, and 180 degrees are to the west. The Prime Meridian serves as the central line of longitude. Longitude divides the Earth into 2 equal halves, known as the Eastern Hemisphere and the Western Hemisphere. The term hemisphere refers to one half of the Earth. The 0-degree meridian through the Greenwich Observatory in England is the longitude line used as the starting point for most of the nations in the world to measure longitude. It is very important for people who want to agree on what the numeric value of longitude is anywhere in the world. The 180-degree meridian combines with the 0-degree meridian to form a great circle around the world. It is used as the basis of the International Date Line, IDL. Why is longitude important for time? Longitude is essential in determining local solar time, as the Earth completes a 360-degree rotation in 24 hours. This consistent geometric relationship allows us to convert angular displacement, whether east or west of a reference meridian, into a corresponding time difference. Key principles. Earth rotation rate. 360 degrees per 24 hours equals 15 degrees per hour, equals 1 degree every 4 minutes. Reference meridian. Times are measured relative to a chosen longitude, commonly Greenwich Mean Time / UTC at 0 degrees longitude. Local solar time refers to the moment when the sun is at its highest point in the sky, which occurs at local noon. If a location is situated to the east of the reference meridian, its local solar time will be ahead, while if it is to the west, it will be behind. That's why different places have different time zones. How latitude and longitude work together. Consider it similar to a Google Maps coordinate. For example, Kolkata, approximately 22.57 degrees north, 88.36 degrees east. Latitude tells north/south position. Longitude tells east/west position. Where they intersect equals exact location. Latitudes and longitudes work together to create a grid system that helps locate places on Earth with precision. Latitude lines run horizontally, north-south, and longitude lines run vertically, east-west. Any point on Earth can be pinpointed using its latitude, distance from the equator, and longitude, distance from the Prime Meridian. Next time you open Google Maps, remember, you're not just looking at a map. You're looking at a powerful grid that maps the entire planet. Follow for more simple geography lessons. Can you guess the latitude and longitude of your city? Comment below.